The door flung open. There stood the pastor and Zach, a deacon at my church, looking so shocked. "Ada, so this is true? You have been sleeping with Ease, the choir boy. How could you? After everything we have been through?" The pastor asked his wife Ada, who was in my jersey, lying on my bed. If you asked anybody in church who played the guitar best, they would point to me. "My name is Ease, I'm 25, and I've been in the choir since I was a teenager. Every Sunday morning, when I strap that guitar across my shoulder and the choir begins to sing, I feel alive. The strings under my fingers carry the voices of the people, and for a moment, I forget the world. The congregation knows me. The young ladies know me even more. After service, they hover around, smiling too much, greeting too sweetly. Sometimes they press small nylon bags into my hands, meat pie, chin-chin malt. One even slipped a card into my Bible that read, "Brother Ease, I admire you. Let's be friends." I'm not blind. I know I'm not bad-looking, tall, with broad shoulders from carrying instruments during rehearsals and chocolate skin. But I always remind myself, these women are my sisters in the Lord. I smile politely, I say thank you, and I return to my corner. I had a girlfriend, Oma was her name, a very beautiful lady. I met her on a visit to the State Museum. I had picked up courage and approached her, and we got talking. I told her how I felt for her, and we started dating. She was from a rich home. She never lacked anything. She even supported me with money most times. She was everything a man would want in a woman. But there was one woman who was different. Her name was Ada, but everyone called her Mummy. She was the pastor's wife. 35 years old, tall, a bit thick, with eyes that could stop your heart if they looked at you too long. She always wore beautiful lace gowns, her wrapper tied neatly around her waist, her hair fixed in styles that framed her smooth face. When she walked into church beside Daddy, our 60-year-old pastor, people stood taller out of respect. Daddy had a strong voice, gray hair, and a wisdom that made you feel small in front of him. From the first day I joined the choir, Mummy's eyes found me. At first, it was just admiration, like she was proud of how well I played. She would stop me after practice, her voice soft. "Brother Ease," she would say, touching my arm lightly, "your guitar makes worship sweet. God bless you." "Thank you, Mummy," I would reply, bowing a little. That was how we addressed her, Mummy. And her husband, Daddy. That's how respected they were. But admiration slowly grew into something else. One evening after choir practice, she waited for me at the door. In her hands was a nylon bag. She smiled and pressed it to me. "Take this, Ease. Just a little foodstuff." I opened it later at home. Rice, beans, Gary, spaghetti, vegetable oil, dried fish. More than I could carry in one hand. I felt uneasy. Why would Mummy bring this for me? The next week, it was a Gucci shirt. A shirt that fit me so well I almost felt guilty wearing it. The week after, a pair of shoes. Another time, she slipped an envelope of money into my Bible while greeting me after service. I confronted her once. "Mummy, this is too much. You don't have to do this. Daddy might not like it." But she smiled softly, looked straight into my eyes. "Ease, I do it because you are special. You deserve more. Don't refuse me." Those words left me restless. She was Daddy's wife, my pastor's wife. Yet when she touched my arm, a fire lit inside me. At night, I knelt to pray, begging God to take away temptation. How could I have an affair with the pastor's wife, of all people? But the more I prayed, the more her eyes followed me every Sunday. And though I told myself no again and again, I knew something was breaking inside me. I was slowly getting interested in her. I found myself thinking of her while studying in school. I dreamt about us together some nights. The day I fell, the sky was heavy with rain. I remember it clearly. I had just returned from rehearsal, my clothes damp with raindrops. I took my clothes off and wore only a khaki short with my bare chest revealing my athletic build. I was admiring myself through my mirror when I heard a knock at my door. When I opened it, there she was, Mummy, holding a nylon bag of groceries. "Good evening, Ma," I said. "Good evening, Ease. Let me come in," she said. Before I could answer, she stepped into my room, placing the bag on my small kitchen table. Spaghetti, fish, vegetable oil, everything neatly packed. "Mummy, why?" I asked, my voice almost breaking. "You've done too much for me. I can't keep taking these things." She moved closer, her chest touching me, her perfume filling the air, warm and sweet. "Why do you keep running from me, Ease?" she whispered. Her hand touched my cheek. "Don't you see how much I care for you? You don't find me attractive or what?" My chest pounded like a drum. "Mummy, please," I stammered, my throat dry. "You are Daddy's wife. I respect you. I can't." Before I finished, her lips were on mine. Gentle at first, then stronger. I froze, my mind screaming to pull away, but my body betrayed me. My heart pounding, months of tension broke like a dam. I kissed her back, and in that moment, I knew I had crossed a line I could never return from. That day, we gave in. And once we tasted that fire, we couldn't stop. After that, Mummy found excuses to be with me. Sometimes she said she was visiting a sick member. Other times, she slipped away when Daddy was busy counseling. In my small room, we laughed, touched like thieves stealing moments. It wasn't love, it was addiction. I thought about her day and night. She called me constantly, her voice soft in the darkness. I was no longer scared. But secrets don't stay hidden forever. Oma, my girlfriend, began to suspect. She asked why I no longer called as much, why my mind seemed far away. She threatened to break up. I didn't even bother to beg or explain myself. The choir members whispered too. Why did Mummy always linger around me? Still, I couldn't stop. Neither could she. Until the day everything ended. It was evening, and Mummy was in my house again. She had brought me a new shoe, a clean white, expensive Air Jordans. I was very excited because I had always dreamed of it, but it was way too expensive. I kissed and thanked her. She was happy to see me so happy. I had cooked spaghetti earlier, so I served it and ate. She wore my Barcelona jersey, sat in my arms. We were watching the TV, talking and laughing, when suddenly my door burst open. Daddy stood there. His eyes, usually full of warmth, were sharp and burning. Behind him was Zach, a deacon, the one who must have told him. My blood ran cold. I froze like a thief caught in the act. My mouth opened, but no words came. Daddy's voice was low but heavy. "So it is true, Ada, my wife, with ease." "Daddy, please, it's not what you think," I whispered, desperate, shaking. Mummy didn't tremble. She didn't cry. She only adjusted the jersey she wore and looked straight at him. "Yes," she said calmly. "It is true." Silence fell. My chest ached. Daddy's shoulders sagged. His eyes filled with tears. After all these years, after all my sacrifice, his voice cracked, and he leaned on the doorframe like a man carrying a mountain of sorrow. But Mummy didn't bow her head. She didn't beg. She only stared, her face cold, her eyes unrepentant. And right there, I realized the truth. What we thought was secret passion had become poison. It had broken a man of God, destroyed a marriage, and stained my soul. Was Eze wrong for falling in love? Was Ada wrong for going for who she wanted? Let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe.